Okay, this is going to be the eighth method or technique for inbound. And this is going to be something that you can also generate inbound leads on autopilot once you get it set up. It's going to be very low time commitment, low energy commitment, and low monetary commitment unless you have to pay for a new website. Obviously, because new websites cost a lot of money. So I just put a little note over here. A lot of people, they spend thousands of dollars just creating a new website, fancy with all the bells and whistles, but it doesn't really do much if it's going to be unknown, if no one's going to see it. Just like erecting a big neon sign in the middle of the Sahara. So the website itself is not the issue, is not the goal that you want to aim for. It's just like, don't make your website be like a online business card. That's not what you need to do. So your website obviously you need to have a website, and it needs to be optimized for both visibility, like SEO, like ranking in the searches, and as well optimized for conversions, because now you're also going to have people visiting your website. You want them to convert into leads, and eventually clients, of course. One thing I wanna say is that aside from ranking, you can also send traffic to your website through, whether it's through ads or social media profiles online. People are seeing you on social media. They visit your website. Videos on YouTube. Your Google My Business obviously will be connected to your website. Press releases obviously is a good way to send traffic to your website. These are ways that when you're not ranking yet, this is what you do to send traffic. One thing I want to mention here, which is should be really important to you, and I'll show you an example in 1 second, but this is how you make your website convert. Like a very high converting web page needs to have these kind of elements that you can check off to see whether your website has them or not. So they need to be optimized for mobile use, mobile devices. So sometimes you don't see this, thankfully, as much anymore, but there's still many websites that are old and funky, and they look really bad on mobile. Like you can't really see the text clearly or the images clearly. You have to kind of zoom in and out to make sense of what's going on. So make sure definitely your website is optimized for mobile. If it's not, then Google will penalize you also by reducing or putting your rankings worse and worse, because it has directly to do with the ranking factor, the user experience, which we spoke about before. Also, the thing is that more and more people are using voice search on their mobile phones, and the survey data says about 25% of mobile users use voice search. So you want to optimize your website also for voice search, and the way to do that is just to tweak some of the headlines inside your website to match how people speak in the voice search. So instead of saying this is basically kind of like how do I sentences. So how do I, or where can I find this or that? How do I do this and that? So the way that people verbally search on the phone, you need to take that phrase and basically exactly match it in your website content. And that will make your websites rank higher when people do voice searches. So that's something to keep in mind. I said provide multiple options for potential clients to interact with you. So you need to have a click to call. You need to have a click to text for SMS. You need to have a web form, so for people to submit forms, as some people like to do. And definitely you need to have chatbots. Chatbots, you can, we're able to tie them on your website, on your GMB itself. It's like people see here in GMB, they can click a button to message that business, and that can be connected to a chatbot that opens up for them. Also, obviously, Facebook has their own chatbot called ManyChat. I could write that in here for you. ManyChat, that's like the Facebook chatbot. Obviously, your website needs to load fast. If it takes too long to load, people just give up and go back and search something else. And it needs to be secure. So, it needs to have that HTTPS to signify that, it's going to be, their information that they put in there is not going to be compromised. So that's also important there. You can just tell by looking at the lock the lock icon on top, next to the URL of the website. Your website needs to have some kind of rich media, especially videos. A lot of people still don't use videos on their websites, which is a big shame, because you want to create that sensory experience and actually show rather than just tell. Videos are great for doing that. Also images, and these are some of this is common sense really. Your attention grabbing headline that reads their minds. So again, when you do the research, you need to figure out, okay, what do people need to see or hear for them to click and relate to this service offering, and for them to move forward and book the appointment. So that headline really needs to not be like a boring plain old facts and figures headline. It needs to really capture their attention and make them curious to read further. The call to action is above the fold. That's like an old newspaper term. So basically what this means is they don't need to scroll down. As soon as they open up the website, that screen that appears in front of them needs to have the ability for them to make a call or book the appointment, what they came to your website to do anyway. And then you need to repeat that call to action one or more multiple times. Again, below as they scroll down, that needs to be repeated again. Again, you're just doing whatever you can to make it easy for them. And then in terms of the content on the website, you need to focus on benefits and not as much focus on features. That should be, that should go without saying. It should be very clear. You need to definitely have a portion where you answer the frequently asked questions in their head, such as, why pick us and that sort of thing. What happens after they book a appointment with you? What does that process look like? So answer these type of questions on your main page on your website. Obviously, it's good to have testimonials and 5-star reviews, and then show some type of proof or assurance or guarantee, satisfaction guarantee. I don't know if you want to do like a sort of money back guarantee, whatever kind of assurance you can give them that will, push them over the edge and make them want to work with you. So I didn't want to leave you without an example to model. So we're going to take a look at this website. It's an excellent website for a roofing example. And this is basically how you generate inbound leads on autopilot. If you're curious about chatbots, you want to learn more, you can visit this link over here, where I discuss different ways to optimize your website on this link over here on your own time if you like. Basically, once the leads come in though, you want to avoid as much as possible to do manual follow-up. You want to make that automated as well. That's what Google, Google Sheets can help you with that. There's a very popular software called Zapier. Zapier basically connects and integrates more than one application together. So it can integrate your if the leads come in through the chatbot and they're fed into Google Sheets or like an Excel sheet, then what Zapier can do is as soon as a new row comes into that Google Sheet, it will automatically send out email or an SMS to both you to notify you, okay, there's a new lead, as well as to your new clients. Because again, those first 15 minutes are crucial to secure that lead and make them turn into a paying client. So you want to definitely automate that. You don't want to be like hooked to your phone or hooked to your computer all day, just kind of sitting there waiting for a new lead to manually jump on it and send them a message. So that's something to keep in mind there as well. Just to take a look at this example, these guys did an excellent job. I'm not like affiliated with them or anything. As you can see here, before we scroll down, they have here schedule free estimates. They portray their 5-star reviews. This is a click to call. You can see if I was on my mobile device, I can just click this button and it'll open up my phone application so I can place a call. It has a nice headline that captures some of the benefits of working with them. Like if hail damage will help you with your insurance claim. That's a nice service to provide for that. Convenient financing, so that's addressing their obviously the cost concerns. What's the pricing going to be? 5-star reviews. Again, that schedule-free estimate that's repeated over here. You have different pages where people can do more research into what kind of services that they can provide, what they can handle, whether it's residential or commercial, something about the business. Again, reviews, the areas that they serve, that's really key. That's what we mentioned when we were talking about the GMB. And again, they can click this here to contact them for a free quote. Here's the chatbot. You click open the chatbots. This is more for receiving a text message, because now it's right now when I'm recording this, it's like after business hours. But you can actually have this chatbot be like a customer service chatbot and an appointment booking chatbot, so it will automatically begin to ask them questions and provide information. So that is actually one thing I would suggest that these people do, and not just make give your number to get a text back. Going down here, they have these A+ BBB ratings, 5-star reviews again. They have a nice picture showing the people that work in their company, nice smiling faces. Associations they're part of. People really don't put much weight. Like this really isn't a main big factor in it, but it's nice to have, nice to add. But really, this is where it's you can do your magic. So you put in the type of benefits that you offer. So no money down financing options, that's a benefit, right? Best in the industry warranties, that's a benefit to them. So you're focusing it on them, on the clients and what they're looking for. They have a video, of course, that's very good that they have a video here. Again, a nice big prominent call to action. They list their services over here. They have like a little blurb about the different services they offer: windows, roof repair, installation, insurance claims, storm damage, etc. More about their company and where they're located and who they serve, and so on and so forth, right? So these guys are doing a very good job. Something about testimonials here. Again, the call to action with their phone number, and then areas we serve. So this is where they're embedding their map over here from Google Maps. And then in terms of the areas they serve, these all you can click on these and it'll open up a new page specifically for that city, for St. Paul, for Edina, for Plymouth, and so on and so forth. So view our entire roofing service area here. So you definitely need to have this on your website as well, which will help you rank locally in Google Maps, right? And then on the bottom, they have their social media profiles, again, schedule a free inspection, and just some information over here. So this is a very good website to model after. You can kind of look here and see what you're missing, if you are missing anything. And that's what I wanted to show you about this. And then again, next here, we'll do some research. I'll show some techniques to do some keyword research for some content marketing. So that's what's coming up next. Thank you so much.